What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Underground Runaround. I'm your host, Brad Ross, back with my co-host, Pav Daddy. This is episode 38. I forgot that when we started talking. So, Pav, what's up, bro? How are you?
I'm doing good, man. How you been?
Another day, another dollar. Or something like that, right?
Yeah. Every day that the Cubs are still playing baseball, it's a glorious day.
Yeah,
So that'll be over pretty soon.
I was going to say, those days are coming to an end real
They're
quick.
coming to an end real quick. We know exactly what day, right? That's one thing we can say about our team. We know exactly the last day they're fucking playing.
There's no mystery about it at all. I was thinking about going to the game Friday just to go, but I got softball and the kids got functions, and I thought about it just to go because, let's go smell.
Saturday game?
Yeah, I think the whole weekend is just so you can smell baseball before the winter time.
Yeah.
For anyone who doesn't understand what I'm saying, I'm sorry.
Should be pretty good weather too.
Major League Baseball has a smell to it.
being at the game tonight would be chilly, huh? You'd be wearing a coat.
You want to go to a day game now, especially the way the weather has just sort of fallen away. But yeah, I mean, you got Saturday, Sunday, and they got the Phillies for 3, the Reds for 3, and then they go play the Reds and Cincinnati for 3 to close it out. So
we could call it. This is our playoffs for the Cubs. They're gonna keep the Phillies out of the actual playoffs.
Yeah, but are they gonna try and take the Phillies out, or keep the Brewers out? What are you doing here? Because they're pretty much directly hand in hand. What are they, a game and a half out?
Yeah,
separated by a game and a half, I believe. So the Phillies and the Brewers are really the only last positioning to be decided. The Padres are a game and a half over the Phillies, who are a game and a half over the Brewers, and the Brewers are on the outside looking in. The Orioles, I believe, are 3.5 out on Seattle. So the Orioles season has been fun, without a doubt, but there's not even going to be the chance for them to make a Cinderella run. I mean, they need to be perfect and still have some good things go in their favor. So I don't know what the Orioles, the rest of their schedule looks like. I wonder what they have left.
They're losing to the Red Sox, and that's what you can't do.
Nope, not after you've been beating them all year. Holy cow, is that live right now? 13-8?
Yeah.
It's a slugfest. It's an absolute slugfest in Boston. They go to Boston here for 3. They go to the Yankees,
they're in trouble.
and then they come home to play to 3 against the Blue Jays. So yeah, that's tough. And who are they chasing? Seattle?
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't think that's going to happen.
Go read your book.
Who does Seattle have to play? They collapsed last year, but they weren't in the playoff spot at the end of last season. They were very close.
You got loads of
They were on the outside looking in. So they're playing Texas right now. Seattle's playing Texas. Oh yeah, they play Texas, Oakland, and Detroit. But they play a lot. They played 4 with Detroit. So yeah, they have they're if they botch that somehow, that would be not good for them. So I think we know, I think we know. The regular season ends next Wednesday, I believe.
That should be a good run for them. Got some easy games in there. They should be able to get it done, huh?
Oh.
Keep the Sox out.
Ooh. Change a diaper or something? Oh, yeah. And a big-time blowout. Big-time blowout in the village, friends. Those kids. Ooh. Glad we're not around. The Fields was paid for, by the way, that we were talking about off the that's what I care about. I don't care about so much what the cards sell for, so long as they get paid for. That was actually one of my cards too. That wasn't a consignment client. Speaking of consignment clients, Underground Consignment Auctions. We're 5 minutes in, and I'm going to plug the shit, no pun intended, to what's going on over there. Plug the shit out of my consignment service. Basically, if you have a bunch of sports cards sitting around and you don't know how to sell, you don't have time to sell, you don't have the shipping supplies to sell them properly, you don't want to sell them, you don't want to deal with any of the nonsense involved with selling them, or you're just not having any luck selling them, get your cards to me. Get a hold of me. info@undergroundcasebreaks.com. Shoot me an email. I'll send you the sheet with all the information. It's great. I can help you guys sell your sports cards and get some pretty respectable visibility. We've opened an eBay store. We're going to build a library of all kinds of buy it now singles. We actually had our first bulk order come in today. Basically, we just do combined shipping. You just have to request a total from us if it doesn't automatically combine the shipping. We're working on, I'm still learning, for everyone listening. Pav is dealing with a lot of noise over there right now, so I'm just running a little advertisement of myself because Underground Case Breaks is who funds this show, believe it or not. We make no money. Absolutely no money doing this show. It costs us money to be here. So, check out Underground Case Breaks. The website. We got the highest end mixer I've ever done in my life. Got a huge promo code Sterling at checkout on break number 724. We'll save you $50 off, $250 or more. It's 3 boxes of Topps Sterling, 2 boxes of Topps Definitive, 2 2018 Topps Update blasters, because why not? It's so cheap relative to the cost of the rest of it. It's worth throwing in there to pull those 2018 rookies, and a 2018 Heritage High Number box. The chance to pull an Ohtani autograph, rookie autograph. It's very rare, but it's possible. You have guys like Ohtani, Soto, Acuna, and Gleiber, and a lot more. Walker Buehler, Ozzie Albies. Tons of good 2018 rookies. Is Alcantara a 2018 guy? Sandy? He might be the Cy Young guy. I don't know. I don't know about Sandy. But it's a really good break. You should check it out. Consignment. We do the podcast. Let us sell your cards for you. Pav Daddy's got cards ending on consignment tonight. He didn't even tell me they were coming either. He just sent me a box. I said, Pav, what's in the box? I opened it up and found out. But yeah, Pav Daddy's got consignment ending tonight. So you need to get to eBay right now if you're live. You need
Go buy my cards.
You need to leave the podcast. Support the podcast by supporting Pav Daddy. Go buy his shit. By the time you hear this on audio, the auctions will be over.
Barry Zito auto just sold for 99 cents. You guys could have had a Barry Zito auto for $1.
$1 for Zito. I'd buy that for $1. Curveball, baby.
Remember, he was fucking good for a minute, dude. He's one of those guys.
Yeah.
He just didn't have enough years of.
I threw
really
the only perfect game I've ever thrown in an MLB The Show video game with Barry Zito. It was like MLB 11, The Show. And I played on either Hall of Fame or Legend. So like you can't say it's rookie. I don't play on rookie. I don't stream anymore, but even this past year I did I streamed a franchise of the shitty Pittsburgh Pirates where we played on Legend. So just so people know, I'm not lying about that. But I did pitch a perfect game with Barry Zito. I see the memory pop up on my Facebook every year because I took a picture of it. Even back then, it was impressive. It's like I made a Giants franchise back when he was there, because who doesn't want to hit tanks in the McCovey Cove? So there's that.
What a lucky guy. Went to San Francisco.
Oh, he sold for $1.25, Pav, and it got paid for. Bang.
Oh, it didn't.
Yeah, buddy.
Refresh on my thing.
Underground. Maximizing, bro.
That fucking Jimenez is up to $27, dude.
Yes, sir. Sorry for my loud chair. My chair's noisy.
But Zito had a Cy Young.
Yeah.
And he has a World Series ring. So like, do you? That'd be like a good poll question. Is like, how do you rank awards? Right.
Here,
MVP,
tell me. I'll put it up on Twitter right now. What's the question?
Okay, so like how would you value Hall of Fame versus multiple World Series titles and an individual award? Like how could you imagine like being a Hall of Famer that never won anything, right? You never won an individual award or a fucking World Series. Is there anybody in the Hall of Fame like that?
I don't even know how you would find that out efficiently. I know what you're saying. Like I know what you're asking, but I have no idea how you would actually like investigate that.
So like Harold Baines, okay, he's Hall of Famer. He has
Is he? Is he though?
he has upright, but he has a single Silver Slugger, so he never won an
Yeah,
MVP.
right. He's
So like in terms of awards, I mean an individual award as being MVP or Cy Young, right? So like that level of award that you were
I
the
mean,
best
Silver
individual
Slugger
player.
is an individual. I mean, you're the best at that position at slugging.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. It's not that prestigious though.
but it's still better than not winning.
Okay,
That's
right,
for sure.
but
I'm not saying no.
for this question,
No, for Harold Baines to be a DH
MVP.
only, for Harold Baines to be a DH only and have only won one Silver Slugger means he's not a fucking Hall of Famer. Come on.
So like,
Jesus.
MVP award plus World Series titles, a Cy Young plus World Series titles, or would you rather have Hall of Fame with no MVP, no World Series rings?
I don't know. I don't. World Series rings don't mean shit for Hall of Fame.
Yeah, but like as an individual, if you were a professional baseball player, would you be more concerned about making the Hall of Fame or winning the last game of the year? Which do you think would be
Oh, I
like
mean, everybody wants to win the last game of the year,
right?
100%.
But
But
everybody wants to be a
here's the
Hall of
other
Famer
thing
too.
too.
So I
Here's the
mean,
other thing too. I say that on the same token that I say I want to win the last game of the year and actually play in it.
yeah,
I mean, I don't think anybody wants to sit on the bench. You know what I mean? But like, if we're talking about, I would rather have a Hall of Fame career than like win a World Series ring. Like not play. Like whether I was injured or like it doesn't count. Like I want to play in the game. If I'm not playing and winning, then sure, I guess I'd rather be like if I'm going to be a career Cub prior to 2016, I'd probably rather be a Hall of Famer because you're not going to win it's not going to happen for you. But I don't know. It's a weird conversation we're having right now.
hey, I looked at
So
Barry
guys,
Zito.
let us know.
Zito has a Cy Young and World Series ring, but obviously he won't be a Hall of Famer.
Let us know at home or on Twitter at UG Runaround Pod, guys. Let us know. What would you rather be? Would you rather be a Hall of Famer or a guy who won multiple individual awards
Plus World Series.
and the World Series title?
Right.
Or a Hall of Famer with no accolades or championships?
With no accolades, right. Right. It's I'm just saying,
I don't know if there's ever been one. Has there? I want to find out.
Harold Baines. I'm not MVP or Cy Young.
Right.
He has a single Silver Slugger. Where I'm not. And for him, I'm sure, like he'd be like, "Well, I'd want to be a Hall of Famer because he never got to taste any of the other."
Okay.
Shit.
Oh, here's an old article. So this is 10 years old. It's from March 7th of 2012, ranking the 25 least deserving MLB Hall of Famers and who should replace them. Don Sutton comes in at 25.
Which he has World Series titles.
Yeah.
He
It says Rick Russell.
Rick Russell.
Yeah, should replace him.
He was on the Cubs for a bit.
It says for his career, his park and league adjusted ERA was 14% better than league average. Sutton was a mere 8% better.
So like Don Sutton has an MVP award. and an ERA title.
Says Gaylord Perry shouldn't be in. He pitched forever. Luis Tiant should replace him.
God, that's an old article because that would those
Yeah.
people wouldn't
Kirby
be.
Puckett.
Yeah,
Andre
those
Dawson? Edgar
see this
Martinez should replace him. Edgar Martinez is in now, though, so that's some good foresight.
this is like
Dennis Eckersley for Fred
you
McGriff.
can tell it's 10 years old.
Yeah.
I mean the thing with like Don Sutton is, you know, he played in an era where you pitched a lot of fucking innings. But I mean he won an ERA title. He won an MVP award. That's pretty fucking wild. Oh, All-Star Game MVP. Okay, I see.
I mean, there's really nothing. Like, there's just, like, the lowest WAR, blah, blah, blah. Which Hall of Famer has the lowest WAR?
Which Don Sutton wouldn't be that guy. He has a 66.7. That's pretty good. Harold Baines has 38.8, which is, like, fucking low.
Barry Bonds has that in, like, a season, right?
Yeah. A really good MVP seasons are usually around 10. Like that's an excelling season, I guess.
Said Babe Ruth in 1923 is the highest ever at 14.2.
Yeah. Like 10 is like superstar.
So like what's Ohtani's right now? If Ohtani's doing things Babe Ruth never did before, how I just don't understand, man. I don't understand that time period and all that shit.
Because again, you have to think about like Babe Ruth. Babe Ruth hit more home runs than entire teams at the time. So like his value. Think about his value as a single player. If you're hitting more home runs than the fucking team that you play against,
but
you're worth as much as an entire team. Yeah, so like you could be like, well, Ohtani has pitcher and hitter value. Yeah, he does, but his hitter value isn't better than Aaron Judge's hitter value, right? So like Babe Ruth's hitter value was better than the entire team you were playing against. You could just have Babe Ruth bat fucking once, so like 9 times, and you'd probably win the game.
Only fucking American white people he played against, you know what I mean? But it's so hard to play the war game because of that reason. Like it was a different pool of competition. Every sport throughout history has shown the farther along we get and the more diverse they get, the more it seems the competition increases. That and science with biomechanics and all of that shit. But man.
Yeah, but I mean, you could go all through history and there's not guys that set themselves that far apart.
Yeah, because they are playing against. I mean, nowadays.
Name another athlete that has been that far apart from everybody else in their time period.
That's why it's stupid because
through all of history.
We're talking about time periods. It's dumb. I don't like.
But no, anybody through all of history, anybody from that era. Can you name anybody from any other sport that was that far ahead of everybody else?
I don't know. I'm not prepared to have that conversation.
Right? But when you get to it, or you can fucking be like Secretariat or something, right? A fucking racehorse that was on steroids, you know? So like, it doesn't. That's the part that, you know, it's hard to when you talk about that, because that's what war is. War is a measure. It's just you take all of the statistics from the entire league, group it together, make an average player, and say, okay, this is the average player. How far above was this guy than league average? So it's that, but that's the only way to do like shit like that when you start ranking stuff like that. You know, like it's Aaron Judge's season this year. Who has 40 home runs in the league?
No one, I don't think.
Right. So I mean, when you look at his WAR, it's like fucking way above everybody else. Way above.
Which makes him 10 times better than Babe Ruth, because the competition he's playing against is 10 times stiffer. So, and he's doing that. That's what, you know what I mean. That's why I don't like comparing eras, because compared to, like, there should be some sort of stupid metric to balance out the competition factor. Figure out a formula for that.
That's the
nerds.
only way to do it, though, is the war.
No,
That's
you
what
gotta,
that's an attempt at.
you gotta have an attempt to factor in the fact that you didn't even have like black guys playing. You know what I mean? Like that. So you didn't even have the full-on American fucking athletic pool to compete against. Now you're competing against the world's pool of the best players on planet
Yeah,
Earth.
yeah. But I mean, it's not like those black guys came in and were instantly the best players in the league, right? They took the best players from the Negro leagues, brought them to the MLB, and they played at a level amongst, so like Willie Mays and stuff. When you think about how great he was, right? So if you go look at his Negro League statistics, they're not as good as Babe Ruth were against the league that he was in. So I mean, it's all a very it's hard to.
Yeah, but
I
it's more
wouldn't
than that
ever
too, because that's
I wouldn't
yeah.
ever degrade what Babe Ruth did. I don't think it's not wise, because when you think about, like, I there were guys that's all they did was play baseball. That still existed then.
Yeah, and
So
now
it's
there's
not.
a bazillion more of them. When there's more people, there's more skill involved. It's just that simple. It's a numbers
And
game.
yet we can't win at fucking soccer. So I mean, it's I don't know, man.
We're not talking about fucking soccer. And if you bring up soccer, is there even a soccer ball? If there's a soccer ball in our logo, I apologize. I don't know how to remove myself here from that. I need to get myself off the screen. All right, we can't even see it. We can't even see it. Now I gotta go do it the old fashioned way here.
I see your logo up in the top, right?
Yeah, that's the underground logo though. I'm talking about the podcast logo.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, me either. It's my.
We I can get
There
I
is
can get
no soccer ball in the logo, Pav.
I could get my Polish lady come over.
No, just no more soccer ball.
She knows all about it. We couldn't even beat Saudi Arabia in fucking soccer today.
Yeah, I saw they tied.
Yeah, that's terrible. That's
That's
fucking terrible.
That's my biggest problem with soccer.
Is that we suck?
No, it's that
It's
ties.
like the U.S. sucks.
Is that
so
ties?
it's like the sport fucking sucks.
That ties are acceptable. Why?
Yeah.
Why do all that effort just to be in the same place you were when you started? How do you sleep? Like I hated losing, but at least it's like, hey, that's what happened. Now I have to deal with this. If you draw, you're just like, eh.
Do they still do ties in football in the NFL?
In the regular season, I think.
Yeah,
Which
that's
is
stupid
too. Yeah, because the someone tied on the first week.
Yeah, it's
and not only that, but they made the overtime period shorter, I believe. I think it's only 10 minutes in the regular season instead of 15. And you can still tie. It's so dumb. But yeah, ties are absurd. Nothing that calls itself competition should end in a tie ever. Ever. I'm not saying you have to fight to the death, but there should be finality to the competition. A draw is not,
especially like something like that where you have shootouts. Like how much fucking time does it take for you guys to organize a shootout? Put 5 guys out there, let them kick the fucking ball, and end the game.
Oh yeah, that's fine. Yeah,
how fucking it's so stupid.
Like hockey
man.
does a great job, and they finally did away with it. What is it, a 5-minute overtime period in hockey now?
Yeah.
Instead of the traditional overtime and then a draw, it's no. You got 5 minutes. You play 4-on-4. They open up the ice. Less bodies equals more space to work. More space to work equals more opportunity for offense. Means one blown assignment is a bigger deal. All of those things, but they give you less time. Hey, 5 minutes. Rink's wide open. We need a goal. Best team wins. Okay, you guys didn't score. Shootout. It's over. Let's do it. They figure it out. Find a winner. Find a winner. I remember being a kid. When I was a kid, hockey still tied. Hockey hasn't been doing the shootout forever.
Right.
You know, like I remember being a kid, and I mean even a young adult, and there were still ties. Like, this sucks. What do you mean it was 2-2 last night? Why'd they even play? Why'd they even waste the money traveling? What the hell? Same reason I don't like the Ghost Runner thing. Like, earn your runner. Or the free runner, whatever they call it in baseball. They're doing away with that, right? Next year? No more.
Supposedly.
Because that is like part of what we get back for pitch clocks.
We'll see. I actually I like the rule change on the shift, because you can still shift.
Yeah.
You know.
No, here's
So,
my
like,
thing for anyone who doesn't like to shift. The biggest argument I hear is they don't tell safeties where to line up on the field, or they don't tell they don't tell you what kind of plays you can run, or that you can't play zone. That was it. The argument I heard was that you can't. What are they gonna do? Tell the football that they can't play zone defense? Like, no. They have formation rules though. Like, they have 7 men have to be on the line of scrimmage of your 11 guys. Like, there's rules and regulations to how you align yourself on offense
right after
and
the
defense.
ball is hit, you can move wherever the fuck you want.
And exactly. In baseball, before to play, same thing with in football, jersey numbers. Certain positions have to wear certain jersey numbers. Why? Because they play in a certain spot on the fucking field. So yeah, if you're playing second base, you should be in the neighborhood of second fucking base.
Well, I really hated too, because like you would get third baseman move over into the second baseman slot, right?
You'd have that whole
and then they would make a play, and you'd write it in the fucking scorecard
you could
as
write it
5-3.
Right, however you wanted to, really.
But they, like, when the official scorekeeper would be 5-3. So then, like, when you start doing analytics, then, and you're like,
Right.
unless you have spray charts, and it's like, okay, so this guy grounded out to the third baseman, but no, he was playing fucking second base at the time. So,
Yeah,
so
or maybe the guy at the third baseman playing second made an error on like a flip or something he doesn't normally do, moving around the middle. You know what I mean?
It's just I think that, like, obviously baseball get to a point where everything was overanalyzed, right? Everything's overanalyzed, and the entire game is turned into specialty fucking pitchers, and platooning hitters.
Cubs won.
Yeah, that's fucking, dude. Oh man, the Phillies, they could fuck it up. It up. I don't want the Brewers to get in. I'm not a big fan of the fucking Brewers. You know what? Craig Counsell is probably one of the best fucking managers in baseball right now, and it's a bummer for him that he's in Milwaukee.
Yeah,
I think that'll be a guy that when his contract's up, like, I wonder how long's his fucking contract.
I don't know. He went to Notre Dame. I know.
Yeah. So he's a smart motherfucker.
Yeah, but I remember Craig Counsell, A, Notre Dame, and B, he had a crazy batting stance. If you never saw Craig Counsell bat, go do yourself a favor and
twist his hips.
Had his hands all way up high. What is?
Yeah.
It's my teacher just sent, or my kid's teacher just sent a thing. 8:00 at night. Sorry for the late notice for Spirit Day tomorrow. It is dressed for your future career. Well, my kid's in bed and I don't know what she wants to be.
He's been managing for 8 years now. I didn't realize he's been in the league that long.
Yeah, he has been. He's been with the Brewers for all them years, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, he just quietly does his thing up there.
He hasn't won Manager of the Year yet, but he's been 4th, 2nd, 7th, 2nd.
Yeah, you could say the Brewers are getting their money's worth out of him. No doubt.
What do you... It's not as easy to find. Manager contracts.
Yeah, that seems like something that may or may not get disclosed. Like, I don't know if they have to disclose that stuff.
So this one's from like 2016, and they signed him to a 3-year deal at that time that pushed him through 2020. Let's see.
Scrolling on the river.
I
Scrolling.
Oh, 3 years. He signed another 3-year deal with them, it says.
Let's say how much or no.
After becoming the first manager in franchise history to lead the Brewers to the postseason multiple years, Craig Counsell won't have to worry about entering the 2020. So this was from January 2020. Signed an extension through 2023. Longest tenured manager in the National League.
Wow.
It doesn't. I don't think it says how much here. I would think teams would be interested in.
How old is he? He's not that old.
51.
Yeah, it's really not that old.
No, that's like Rocco Baldelli. I think he's a good manager too. So like that'll be two names that we see.
I think we're getting to that new shift. I mean, obviously David Ross got a job with the Cubs, but you're going to start seeing some newer former players start getting some jobs. That was my biggest issue with like Buck Showalter getting a job, and not that I don't like Buck Showalter, and like La Russa's egregious. There's the White Sox. What would you even be thinking to ever hire him? And I'm not trying to trash on the White Sox or their terrible
Why not?
racing season.
Sure can.
Right,
the ownership there is fucking. We see what they do. That was like the beauty of, like, you've seen The Last Dance, right? You watched all that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like when they talked about Jerry Krause, and fucking Reinsdorf with Krause there, and like, how do you keep that guy around when he has a problem with the greatest player to ever play the sport being on your team?
Right.
It's like, what in the fuck is wrong with this guy?
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, the White Sox, they just kept finding ways not to get it done. So
yeah, they're the biggest disappointment. There's people bringing up like White Sox podcasts or White Sox media outlets, verified media outlets that were making jokes back in April about if anyone was even going to challenge them for the if they could just have the division title now, things like that. People are pulling up receipts already, so I love to see it. I do. I'm not going to sit here and pretend I don't. They're an absolute disappointment. Biggest disappointment of the year, 100%, no doubt about it. I don't think there's been a bigger disappointment in recent memory. If I could even thrash them a little more, they should have won that division by 15 games on paper, without question. The only question should have been how much rest were they going to be doing right now in September? How were they going to manage their pitching? They were supposed to have this killer bullpen, a pretty good rotation, an offense that, if could all be on the field at the same time, would be extremely formidable. I mean, they were going to be a good team, period, in a terrible division. And another fucking dog shit team in a dog shit division. So I love it. I mean, you watch it, you look at it objectively, and you're like, man, the White Sox are really good. Here we are in September. Man, the White Sox suck. How did that happen? I don't know. But it's great. It's great. I love it. Tony La Russa's not coming back. I think that was if he has anything medically going on with him, that sucks. But I think this was the White Sox way of firing him very nicely, because they said today, it came out today, that he will not be returning. It didn't say medically. It just said he will not be returning. So I think that was their way of just kind of letting him go politely. They should have never let him in. You know, time to let some new talent get these jobs, see what they can do with the new era of baseball and all these changes that are coming about. Whether we like them or not, they're happening, and I'm not going to stop watching baseball because they changed the rule I don't like. It's not going to, I don't like it, but what are you going to do? Hobby news though. Topps Chrome. I don't know if we talked about it last week or not, but Topps came out and said that they forgot, or they had a manufacturing error where they didn't get the 5 extended base short printed rookies in the set, and now they're going to be producing promotional silver packs to send out through their supply chain, and hopefully it trickles down to the appropriate people. And then when that happens, everyone who's ripped the product for people can rectify their individual situations when they get their packs. But Top said, "Whoopsie." They blamed it on a communication error, and they're fixing it. That's really all they have to do. What are you gonna do about it? They're fixing it. Who knows? So that's it. That's really all I got for hobby stuff. There's really not a whole lot going on. I got a huge break I told you guys about earlier in the show. Got big deals going on it. So go buy a spot, go buy a team, go find something you like and buy it, because it's the most high-end break I've ever done. I've never ripped Sterling. It hasn't been out for very long, and I've never ripped Definitive either. So I want to do it, so I'm doing it.
You've never ripped Definitive, huh?
Nope. I almost got a box from Steel City at $100 one time. It was during one of their sales. So this might have been like 18 definitive, 17 definitive, 18 definitive, maybe 16. I was working in New Carlisle. I was on that job for a couple years. I forget when. But we were sitting in the Connex in the winter. I think we were waiting for the crane. Like everything's frozen. We're waiting for the crane to warm up, move over. So I'm sitting there. I got an email from Steel City. Definitive $99.99. I bought one box. It said they only had one box. I get an email 20 minutes or so afterwards saying that it was a typo and they're not honoring my purchase. And then I just emailed them back. I said, "You're breaking my fucking heart." I don't think I said fucking. I just said, "I think you're breaking my heart." And that was the end of that. But no, so it was supposed to be $1,000 and 17 or 18. That was a huge amount of money back then. But no, we've never done it. So I want to do it. So it's 2 boxes of Definitive. So that's 16 hits. And 3 boxes of Sterling. Which is like Topps Dynasty, basically. It's two cards in a box. All numbered to 25 or less. So there'll be 6 of those cards in that break. One of those 6 has got to be just an absolute fucking banger, you would think. I would hope.
I mean, I like a lot of the Definitive stuff. I think the cards look good. The autos look good all the time on them.
Yep, just something I want to do. I'm more along the lines of I can't control what's going on in the industry behind the scenes, so I'm just doing what I want to do. That's fun. If I like what I'm doing, I'm gonna want to do it better. Doing this fucking game, the whole the distribution game right now, the way it's going, it's here, buy this product. We have this at this price. Buy as much as you can, because the more you buy, the more you'll get. You put in your request for how much you want, and they come back and like, "Oh, well, we only have an extra box for you." So like, how the fuck are you supposed to buy more to get more if you can't even buy more when they offer you more to buy? And then you don't get more anyway. So yeah, I don't know. I wanted to do something different. I'm like, fuck this, let's get some high end shit. Then I got this other really nice, affordable, very affordable break. Here's the podcast of me pumping my underground here. So look, 2019 Topps Chrome update, Pav. When's the last time you seen some of those?
That's good stuff.
Yeah, I got 5 of those. I got 2 2020 Chrome Sapphire boxes and a 20 Chrome Sapphire update, and some Bowman Megas for like $59 a spot.
There's good rookies in that 19 update.
Yeah, and Austin Riley's in that 19 update. And there's a guy that's just nobody talks about. not enough people talk about. But he was a rookie even then. Nobody talked about. I think he was an autograph in regular Topps Chrome with no base card. And and then he got into the update with the base cards.
How about fucking?
But yeah, I mean they got Pete Alonso rookie autos right there on the side. Bang! Pete Alonso hit his 40th actually tonight. He does have 40. He's the first Mets player to ever have 2 seasons of 40 or more.
Interesting.
Vladdy Jr. auto on the other side of that bad boy right there. Bang! Wouldn't that be a hit? I've hit a few Chrome Gold Vladdy autos too my day from regular Chrome. I got one. Thomas Lynch got one. The one I have actually wasn't mine. It was for a customer, Clyde, I believe. Wherever Clyde's at. Shout out to Clyde. And I traded him a Triple Threads booklet for it a long time ago. It was a really nice booklet too. I forget what it was.
Pete Alonso. He's gonna end up getting part of that extra money, huh?
Oh, for the players, the pool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got it, all right.
I wonder how they're gonna distribute all of that.
Award winners get a certain amount of money.
He's leading MLB in RBIs too.
Yeah.
31.
Yeah,
he's still hitting 270 too. Good for him.
Yeah. Yeah, he's going to be close to scoring 100 runs too.
Less strikeouts than Paul Goldschmidt.
Dude, he turned out to be a really good player.
I mean,
not much of a defender, I guess.
I mean, he's playing first base. How much defense do you need out of him?
No, just
more
defense
hit
fucking 40 home runs a year, baby.
More defense than Harold Baines. You know what I mean? He's out there. But I am really impressed by his strikeout number. It's a lot, but it's just not a lot considering his company around him.
Goldschmidt's still the MVP favorite?
I don't know. Is he? I would assume so, but I don't know. I'm not. Let's check out the National League. How do we do just the National League? There we go. I mean, yeah, probably. His OPS is better than everyone.
Mm-hmm. You see who's number 2 in the majors in OPS?
I'm not looking at majors right now.
Yordan Alvarez.
Oh, yeah, that guy's so good. I love that guy. Yordan, not a ton of strikeouts either. Even less than, only 100 on the year. 77 walks, too. I mean, it's absurd. 407 on base.
Wow.
304 average. I mean, yeah, Judge is having the year he's having. And if healthy, Judge can probably do that every year when he's healthy. He's so big. He's a monstrous human. Alvarez has done what he's done every year, too. Alvarez is great.
I think Judge's size will keep him from having...
100%. When he declines, he will decline faster and harder because he's so fucking big.
It's really difficult. I wonder how big he actually is now. You think he's still 6'7", or is he 6'8", 6'9"?
I don't know. But Juan Soto, 407 on base, even with the year he's having.
Yeah,
13th in OPS in all of baseball.
Yeah,
so he's all right.
Yeah,
Rizzo's 19th in OPS with a 228 average.
Dude, it's pretty. Rizzo is an interesting guy because when you think about, is he going to hit 400 home runs? He'll hit 400, right? So, like,
you're asking me a question. I don't even know how many he has.
He has 280.
3, yeah. I don't know.
So 117 more.
If he hits 30 for 4 more years,
how long is he in New York?
I don't know. 4-year deal. Is that what?
Yeah.
He's saying? So 3 more years in New York.
I think he'll hit 30 home runs a year in New York at least.
I mean,
I think that's an easy field for. I hitting 228.
yeah,
And he
but
hit fucking close.
even if he gets a 400, I don't know if he gets in the Hall of Fame.
No. But if he gets to 400 in the next few years, then you can start thinking about 450.
But 450 doesn't mean anything.
It means a lot now.
500. I mean, what was Harold Baines's fucking war?
30 fucking 38 or something. It's not good.
Rizzo's is already 39.2, so put him in. Plus, he's a 3-time All-Star with 1 Silver Slugger, 4 Gold Gloves, a Platinum Glove, and a World Series ring.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So like for him, 400 home runs actually does mean, it means more. It means more when you start having those other awards. Those numbers, because you look at guys. There's guys in the Hall of Fame that have 300 home runs, right? But they did other things that got them there. So that's when you start weighing the Gold Gloves and shit like that. That's when you gotta say, okay, well,
They don't value Gold Gloves nearly enough because, I mean, why is Andrew Jones not in the Hall of Fame? I don't understand it.
I don't. But I think he'll get in, right?
But he should already be in.
But like, is Omar Vizquel in?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't.
No.
I don't think so. Yeah.
No. Who am I thinking of?
But here's the other thing. Yeah, Omar Vizquel has 11 Gold Gloves. Andrew Jones has 10 and 434 home runs.
Yeah.
His WAR is 62.7.
Yeah.
That's got to put him above a ton of Hall of Famers.
Ozzie Smith. He's a 13 times Gold Glove though. But there's somebody that like made it in completely on the weight of his ability to play the field.
Yeah, well, why is Andrew Jones not in then?
I don't know. But like you think about like Ozzie Smith offensively, 262 with a 666 OPS, 28 home runs career. He had 100 runs scored one time. So I mean, it's pretty interesting for a guy like that. But his WAR was 76. Super high. It's pretty. I don't know. I guess that was a bad motherfucker defensively. I didn't get to see enough of his career. We got to see like the very tail end.
Yeah.
I think there are. It's always tough. Like it's easy for us to look at like Mike Trout and stuff and be like, Hall of Fame because it's so obvious. It's the fringe guys that are always hard to say, okay, this guy. But I think guy like Anthony Rizzo, if he does hit 400 home runs, it gives him a lot better shot. And if he does hit 400 home runs, what's his WAR this year? Like 3.5 or something. So I mean, he can knock his WAR up. If he could get it up into the 50-60 range, he'd be in really good shape. 2.3. Yeah, you'd like to see you'd like him to get his WAR up into at least the 50 range if he wants to. But he's a Yankee now, so that gets extra credit, right?
No.
They like putting those guys in there.
The Hall of Fame. So I hate talking about the Hall of Fame because it's so fucked up fundamentally. Like,
who picks the MVPs? Are those Writers Association awards too?
I think so. I think that's a writer thing. I know they do for football because Aaron Rodgers made the big deal about after all that immunization stuff that he's like, there's no way I'm gonna win MVP now, regardless of how good I play. Yeah, 30 members of the Baseball Writers Association, one from each major league city. Each ranks their top 10 players in each league with points awarded 14, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 basis. The players with the highest point total in each league wins the award. So they weigh first place higher than anything else by a lot. And then it's 5 point different between first and second. All right. So there you go. They make top 10 lists and then mesh them all together.
You think Albert Pujols will be a unanimous MVP or Hall of Famer?
Yeah, I mean, probably because the way it's. Yeah, I mean, he's fantastic. I don't. Can we stop talking about Pujols now?
We didn't talk about him yet.
I know, but can we just stop?
700 home runs.
He made it. Good for him. Next subject.
I
I mean, what else can we say? It's. I'm sorry. It's just that we've already talked about it. You want to hear
Fountain
about
of
the
Youth.
previous episode? Yeah. It's fucking miraculous. Miraculous. Good for him.
He should get another 10-year deal.
The way he's playing right now, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Sign him up. Sign him up. The contender needs his services to hit fucking lefties right now.
He has Gold Gloves.
Yeah, he was so fucking good. That's what makes the Albert Pujols season so weird. He was so good. I feel like people forget how fucking good he was because he's been so and then to watch him do this shit again, like better than he's ever done it at any point in his career. And people go, "Oh yeah, it's just Albert." No, that's not just Albert. What Albert's done for the last 6 years has been embarrassing for who Albert is. But good for him. I mean, he got it. That's all I'm saying. He got it. Good for him.
Good hitter in the
rooting
playoffs.
Against the guy. It just doesn't make sense. He's hitting like 12, 1, 2 at the All-Star break. You know what I mean? With like one home run. I mean, we all knew in June that there was no way in hell he was going to do it. And all of a sudden, after the All-Star break and fucking August shows up, he's just crushing the ball. I mean, all right. He did it. That was the baseball pushed that fucking story so hard, MLB social media. I mean, they got it. Everybody wanted to see it. So maybe one day someone will drop a bombshell on us. That'd be great. Then I could sit here and 10 years from now when we're official baseball writers because, we're still doing the show. We can sit here and play we want the Chicago vote. We want the Chicago vote. And
That's pretty wild.
I don't know. It's wild. That's it. Good for him though. I mean, I'm literally not saying that with any sort of sarcasm. If
Aaron Judge got walked 4 times tonight. How about that?
I mean, whatever.
Is he going to hit another home run?
The Yankees.
They're not going to pitch to him.
The Yankees intentionally walked Miggy, right, when he was trying to hit 3,000. So I don't give a fuck. I was watching that live. I mean, it made sense in the situation. I think it was to set up a double play, but it was still the fact that, and I think Miggy got the hit in his very next at bat. But either way, the Yankees can't bitch. Judge can't bitch about getting walked. 3,000 hits is impressive too. We got 3,000 hits and 700 home runs same season.
Yeah.
Now we probably won't see any real big milestones for a while. That would be
yeah. It's going to be interesting watching Bryce Harper and Mike Trout as they get older and see how far those guys can make it. Because I think those guys are really the only couple guys that got in. I mean, you can say Acuna and those guys, but it's really early to say that about them. When you think about Harper and Trout, those guys have been in the league for a few years, so they've got some track record. So I like does Harper hit 500 home runs?
I don't know. Does he?
He has 280. He's 29. We'll call him 30. He has like fucking 9 days or 19 days left till he turns 30.
If you think Rizzo's gonna hit 450, then Bryce.
I don't know, man. I think Rizzo will hit 400.
Then that still puts Bryce.
It's really hard.
That puts Bryce really close to 500.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Bryce Harper hit 18 home runs this year. I think he needs more years hitting 30 and 40 home runs. He's only hit 40 once, right? He hit 30, 3 times. He's hit 33 times. He has 11 years in the league. You got to hit 30. You got to hit 30 a lot,
Yeah, a lot of 30s.
He's just, he's been in the league since he was 19, so I think that really helps him a lot, right? So he's got a lot of years, of decent years left, 31 to 35 are usually pretty good years for elite MLB hitters.
Yeah, if they're not falling off. Yeah, if you're not regressing.
They're going to fall off, but I mean, you tend to see guys like Harper. Either Harper will start hitting at a higher average or he'll hit more home runs. Like they'll go one way or the other, right?
Contact or power.
Yeah. They'll figure one out. They'll be like, okay, if I don't try to hit the ball fucking out of the park every time, I can hit for a lot better average and be.
That's such a weird thing about hitting too. The less you think about trying to hit the ball far, like the farther you hit the ball.
Yeah.
The farther you can separate the thoughts of like, oh, I'm gonna go crush this one. Like, that's not really how it works. I mean, sure, yeah, sometimes, but
it's not anymore. Now it's like I'm gonna go hit this one at a 32-degree angle.
Yeah, that's no shit.
It's fucking really weird when you think about like how we grew up and how we were taught the game of baseball.
Put the ball in play at any means necessary.
Right.
And now it's don't change your swing no matter what.
Yeah. So when you think about those guys like Pujols and that, it's a lot different game now. So like that makes the Aaron Judge thing, right? So like 60 home runs. So did he hit 60 home runs because he's batting 300, or is he batting 300 because he hit 60 home runs?
So here's something interesting. Very interesting. Don Mattingly got thrown out of a baseball game tonight. Marlins are up 6-3, or they were at the time.
Yeah.
And Richard Blyer has been called for 3 balks in 1 inning.
What?
He had a conversation with the umpire after the second one. The first base umpire called the balk on him. Kept calling balks on him. Balked in a run all the way from first base. This is wild. The home plate umpire pointed at Mattingly, pointed him straight to the first base umpire. Like, I don't want no part of this. This is wild, man.
Wow.
I don't think he's coming set though, man. There's no way. Because even when I pause it, his foot is like moving. Yeah. He never stops moving. It's 100% a balk.
Mine's still loading.
I don't know. It
some
looks
fucking
like,
ad.
I mean, you have to stop. You have to come set. It looks like he's moving the whole time. I think it's a fantastic call, but I'm watching it with no sound, no commentary, nothing to influence my opinion of what my eyes just saw. But yeah, Richard Blyer, that's wild. 3 balks in 1 inning. And he has, like, in the video, they show him have a conversation with the umpire after the second one. And the very next, they cut to the next pitch, and he didn't come set. I mean, it looks like he does right at the point where he would come to a complete stop. He pulls his hand out. Like, he never gives that. You would think after they called you for 2 balks, you would be fucking extremely deliberate about, I don't know. I didn't hear it. I didn't see it. I don't know what happened. I did see it. I didn't hear it. What I saw was no one coming set.
I need to watch better video of it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. No doubt about it. Pav, you got anything else, man?
It looks like no, not much other than our playoffs are pretty much set.
Yeah.
Except for like the Phillies and the Brewers, but they both fucking the Phillies lost to the Cubs.
What are the Brewers doing?
The Brewers are losing pretty big to the Cardinals.
Can't even capitalize.
Yeah, no.
That's the team you got to beat too. Yankees locked it up tonight. They'll be in the Central or the division championship. Sorry, they won't have to play the wild card. So there's a bye team for you. We'll see how that affects them. And people are waiting on Judge to hit a home run. Who knows? Who knows, man? I'm tired.
AL's gonna be tough.
Slow week. The AL's a crapshoot, man.
It's fucking tough.
It's gonna be fun to watch, is what it's gonna be.
The Yankees and the Astros are the top teams, and then everybody else is still pretty fucking tough.
Yeah.
That's gonna be
Cleveland can even make noise because of the pitching.
Yeah.
Cleveland's got pitching, man.
Especially like the last few weeks, they've really gotten.
They got pitching, man. They've got the pitching.
You know how it is with, especially like Major League Baseball, man. It's whoever's hot, right? Whoever gets on a hot streak going into the playoffs and shit, and in the playoffs, that's winning 100 games doesn't guarantee you anything, right?
No, not at all. Right. Look at the Mariners, the 90s.
The fucking Braves, dude.
Yeah.
They win 14 straight division championships. Got 1 fucking World Series.
Right. Well, they go to 3, I think.
Oof.
Win 1. Yeah.
And they had the pitching, right?
Right. Yeah.
That was the thing. Like they had that 1, 2, 3. Oh my gosh! When you think about you had fucking Smoltz, Maddox, and Glavine, it's like holy fuck, dude! You only won 1 World Series, but it's having that little something that gets them over the top. I guess take something else.
Yeah, no doubt, man. No doubt. What the hell is this?
Alexander Canario hit another home run.
Yeah, he's tied with Matt Marvis, second in the minor leagues. They both
got 36. Motherfuck, dude.
Bring them boys up. Give them a chance.
Oh my gosh.
Marvis for no other reason than he 100% has earned the opportunity to have a job interview at the big league level. 100% has earned it. And Canario, I worry about his average potentially. in the bigs, but if he can hit 30 home runs, like Wisdom hasn't produced with the same power that he need. Like his power hasn't been there at the same rate it was last year. And
The
he
thing
doesn't.
with Canario is he's 22.
Sure.
So
Sure.
I mean, he
could get better.
I doubt Canario starts the season with the Cubs next year. I think he'll probably be AAA. But you never know. He comes out to spring training and hits fucking 400. He's making a case.
I think he's already on the 40 man.
So, he's on the 40 man.
Yeah. So now it's just a matter of if you want to start using his options
right.
and shit. So
now, like Mervis, I think Mervis, you got to let that motherfucker start the season.
Yeah, absolutely.
In the major league.
If you don't give him a fair opportunity in spring training, he should even be allowed to have a bad spring training numbers wise. If you like what you see, you know what I mean? Like he shouldn't have to impress anyone coming into spring training. Like he's earned it. He's earned it.
He should definitely. I don't know. I want to see when they do the minor league player of the year, like who those top names are. If he's not right there at the top, then I gotta wonder like what the fuck do they base it on?
Well, what the Cubs organization gave theirs to Pete Crow.
Pete Crow. Which
it's a great problem to have. You got that guy
who
can cover half of the Earth's surface, and then you have these sluggers, these absolute sluggers, real deal fucking sluggers, Pav.
Yeah.
We need some sluggers at the big league level.
Yeah.
You gotta have a couple. Yeah.
I think it's looking. Man, like you feel like if. Like I said, Mervis has to make the team. If he hits fucking 250 in spring training, you gotta let him play in the majors. I think the numbers that he's put, his AAA numbers are better than his AA numbers from this season. It's like he's progressively moved up division after division, and he's done better in the highest level than he has in his previous level. So it's pretty impressive.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. No doubt about it. Dude, let's wrap this thing up. I'm hungry.
We're good.
I gotta go find some food.
Yeah.
Get the audio going for the audio folks. Got anything else, dude? It's been a slow week, it seems like.
It's getting there, man. If there was more, if like the playoff picture was more interesting, right. I suppose. But like the White Sox fucking blew it. They suck. What a bunch of fucking idiots. But
nothing makes me happier.
No, dude. That who the fuck? You know what?
Such an embarrassment for them.
Somebody made a comment too, like on Facebook about like the Cubs, and they were a White Sox fucking fan. And it's like, why?
Right.
Why at this time?
You should be.
Why would you listen? My team has a worse record than yours. I don't feel as bad as you do.
Right.
Like
we have big problems, but it's with everything else right now. It's not.
And if you're not from Chicago, the thing that we always heard growing up was like, it's been 100 years since you won. Well, now it hasn't. Right? Now it's been 6 years since we won, and it's been 17 since you fucks won.
It all gets back to that thing,
not
man.
Even close.
It all gets back to that thing that I'm not that guy, that I'm not that fair weather fan. Like those people that are like, oh, I just want the city of Chicago to win. Like you're not even a sports fan, are you? Like you can't be, I don't feel like real diehard sports fans are allowed to say that.
You know what? If they were a better team and Tony La Russa wasn't heading it up, then maybe I'd be like, hey, it's pretty neat watching this fucking team win. But that's even like 2005 team that won. Like they weren't fun to watch.
No,
it wasn't a fucking fun team to watch.
Ragtag group of
that was like the worst
schmucks.
Fucking World Series.
That was the Harold Baines
versus a fucking terrible Houston team. It was awful. It was awful. It was fucking terrible. And like, Mark Burley. Oh, fucking big whoopity doo. Like, I don't know. Fucking weirdos. You gotta be a weird motherfucker to be a White Sox fan.
Oh no,
Which I know. I know a lot of White Sox fans. So
no, a lot of those guys, man, their parents took them to the games because the Mills gave them tickets for free and shit. You know what I mean? Like the White Sox were always hooking up to working class people, so I understand it. They did lots of shits like the mills, the steel mills in the Northwest Indiana area. For those listening, it's a big thing. A lot of people in our age group talk about their parents used to take them to the White Sox game because they get free tickets at work and shit. Well, I get it.
So that's how they got up to 15,000 fans.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
10,000 free tickets, baby.
Oh yeah. They won't pack nothing. I mean, it has to be the playoffs for them to fill that stadium.
Yeah.
Oh. Sorry, the card dealer support finally got back to me. We'll talk about that next week though, because I don't wanna give a review of it while I don't fully understand everything at hand.
Nice.
But they just responded to my issue. So the issue is, and we'll discuss this more next week when I have more information. We're using an semi-automated service to try and bulk list buy it now cards onto eBay so that we can scan these cards super fast and list them super efficiently, log them away, basically categorize them like a fucking library, store them, and then just let them sit until they get purchased, and then we want to build a library of just thousands, tens of thousands, however many thousands of millions of singles that we can create. It's just the next thing to do while I have time on my hands. So we're working on that. But the issue is some of the cards that basically this automated service, you upload images of the cards and it matches them via some type of photo scan and then autofills the data from the card. When it can't do that, when it doesn't recognize the card, you manually search the card. When you find the card, which you can find the card, it is supposed to show you every parallel. It does for some, not for others. So I sent in like a help request last night. I'm like, listen, I had what I did was I took 8 pink camo mosaic basketball cards. So they're all the same. I scanned them. I wanted to do it real quick. I wanted to scan them, see if it would recognize them. It recognized none of them, but it had all the cards in the database, which is fine. It's really good at baseball cards. That's why I don't want to talk about it yet, because I don't know enough about it. But just from the early things, if you guys are interested in this, make some noise. Check out the Twitter. Let us know you want us to discuss it at length. I could even do on-screen demos if you want to actually see it. But the dude's like, the person just emailed me back and told me their workaround. They asked how often I was running into that problem. 5 of the 8 pink camo mosaics would only show a 1 parallel, and the other 3 showed all the possible parallels. So when the option's not there to select, then it like doesn't want to accept the card information that you put in. So I don't know. They gave me an answer to work with tomorrow. I can deal with it. But yeah, guys, that's it. That's another episode. We're doing some automation. We're going to build a gigantic eBay store with a gigantic singles library where you guys can just go browse around for hours. Add a bunch of shit to your cart. Go through your cart at the end, pick out the ones maybe you didn't necessarily want. Fucking hit the request a total button. We'll shoot you an invoice with the combined shipping. We got a little badge we're adding to all our cards. It's pretty slick. Pav's seen it.
Yeah.
Just a cute little thing, man. It's part of the service, but we bought a $1,000 scanner. It's really cool too. We scanned the hits from if you want to see just what it looks like, you go to my Instagram or any socials. From the football break we did today, I scanned those cards. They came out pretty clean. So check it out. Pav's got some noise going on over there. He muted himself. He's intelligent. What's going on over there? I didn't even hear
We're
anything.
good.
Oh, we're good. Hell yeah. All right, guys. Well, this is a pretty short episode this week. Slow week. But we do have some things to talk about if you're interested. And we're here for Hobby Talk. So we're probably going to talk a lot more about the automated stuff as we're learning. We're expanding the eBay. We opened the eBay store. We're still doing the consignment. So please, if you listen, you want to sell some stuff, anything that's $10 or better, hit us up for the consignment. We're here to help. And Pav, you got anything? You know, tell them about some water heaters.
Yeah, tankless water heaters save you money and keep you warm.
Adios. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next